How you guys doing? Welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. I hope you guys are good. Yeah. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, if there's any negativity, if there's any hate, please do keep that on your side of the street, okay? Won't be acknowledged. So, family, in this video, I'm being guided by Spirit to briefly talk about spiritual, vibrational, and physical coherence. Right? You mean Phie? So, on the most basic level, one of the things that are going to be brought into balance with this ascension process that we're going through collectively, right, is the divine bringing our spiritual experience, our vibrational experience, and our vibrational position, as well as our physical experience in relation to the spiritual and vibrational position that we exist in, to bring all of that into coherence. And I'm not exactly saying it, I don't really mean it in a sort of linear fashion. I know it might be a little bit difficult to maybe perceive in the beginning what I mean when I say not in a linear fashion and use the word coherence, right? But the way things are now, with the majority of the physical vessel collective out there, right, especially in the Western society, everything is in a state of disarray. There's no coherence between people's physical experience, where they reside vibrationally, and what they're actually experiencing in the spiritual higher realms, right? Most of them don't even know how to tell the difference between, their thoughts and what they're experiencing on a spiritual level, or have spiritually been communicated to them. All of that needs to come into alignment, right? And also, once all of that comes into alignment, whatever it is that you're manifesting and experiencing in the physical realm will also it will start making more sense. Things will seem more clear, things will seem more settled. Whereas right now, most people have just become, or they just are, right? They're comfortable in the confusion, comfortable in the half realities that exist everywhere within their experience and their lives and their relationships. Unregulated emotions, comfortable in a state of unregulated self and unregulated emotions, and living in a constant state of projection and uncertainty, right? And with no real idea or hope or direction as to what balancing all of that out looks like, could possibly feel like, and what it would mean to actually be living a physical and spiritual experience and state of being and place of manifestation in your life that is completely coherent and aligned with where you're residing vibrationally, right? Right now, your physical experience might be filled with different kinds of experiences and lessons on different levels that you'd be experiencing on various levels of vibration and frequency, right? People existing in different levels and vibrations of frequency, bringing different experiences and influences into your life, when really, if you're aligned and living according to your vibration, and having the spiritual space that you're existing in also sort of balance out and sort itself out and clear out what isn't meant to be there, whatever manifests in the physical realm, be it through by your experience, be it with the relationships that you have and the people that you attract in, it all will start looking a little bit different. What you attract in, what you align to, what you resonate with, right? Wherever your resonance resides, and whatever you resonate with on the outside starts changing. If you don't resonate with something, if it doesn't meet your resonance, naturally you would just move away from it. But it's all a little bit chaotic. It's all over the place, right? In one area of your life, you're living the lessons and the experience of somebody who's been through a certain process or experience of lessons to get there. Yet you still have a whole lot of people that are attached to you, emotions and experiences and the influence of thoughts and vibrations attached to you, of people who actually resonate and exist in a lower space and a lower experience, right? They have everybody fooled that it has to do with money. It doesn't. Not at all. It has to do with the vibration, and what the vibration and the spiritual space you exist in is actually manifesting for you and attracting and allowing into your life and your space within the physical realm. I've said it before, whatever you experience in the physical realm has to first build its energy. It first comes together in the spirit realm, in the spiritual realm, trickles down and manifests into the physical realm. The more energy, the more emotion, the more focus that's put onto something in the spiritual realm eventually brings that energy together into a physical manifestation in your realm, and that would probably show up as a person that matches that energy, an experience, a certain status of life, whatever it might be, that the energy that you've pulled together in the spiritual realm, right? Through your vibration and your focus and whatever it is that you need to pull energy together in the physical realm, your emotion, all of that plays a part, right? That's what ends up bringing the manifestation and the experience. Now, with everything being all over the place, people existing in disarray within their headspace, within their minds, within their emotions, within their relationships, everything is topsy-turvy. Nothing is aligned. Everything exists in a state of confusion, in a state of half reality, half truth, right? And people have sort of become complacent and comfortable in that. So one of the big exercises that the divine is going through is trying to bring all these things into balance for the collective, so that everybody who can be, on the actual vibration that they exist on, attract in and align to the energy and the experiences, and have also their manifestations in the physical realm be coherent with whatever it is that's happening vibrationally and spiritually. But in order to do that, again, you need to take the time to develop yourself, take the time to evolve, place more value on clearing out the things that don't align with you. Start understanding, on a higher level, making decisions that are not aligned with you existing in insecurity, existing in fear, existing in wanting to align and keep peace in your external world, even if what you're trying to keep peace with isn't aligned to you vibrationally and spiritually. All of these things they've seeded into us that create insecurity, that create fear, the false ideas of right and wrong, how things are supposed to go, how they've programmed religion and whatever else it is into you, has been strategically designed to actually make sure that whatever you keep in your life, whatever you're attached to, whatever you're afraid to let go of, whatever you think is, right, whatever you think needs to be in your life, whatever you believe you need to be loyal to, whatever you've been trained to be dependent on or believe that you can't go without, however you deal with your emotions and your pain, how you are trained to hold on to things and relive things over and over, the music they make you listen to, all the programming in music that keeps people hooked on one another, right? It doesn't help you go within. It's all this music and I must say, like, for myself, I'm a big R&B lover, okay? I love my 90s, I love my 80s, I love the 70s, okay? So I know that kind of music as well, it perpetuates the negative emotions when you're in them. It keeps people bound to one another, mentally, spiritually, energetically, right? And until you start learning to overcome yourself and see those things for what they are, and mosquito, and recognize that it's designed to keep a certain cycle going. It's designed to keep you attached to people, right? You'd be singing over and over in your head, I'm missing you. I can't let you go. What am I supposed to do without you? All of those things, they sound good on the surface, right? It's music, it sounds great, right? But on a higher level, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, it's just thickening and binding you more to people and things and situations that you should actually be letting go of, that you probably should have let go of a long time ago. Repeating the illusion of certain memories that you have with people that have also been, distorted with your emotions and, with your ideas of loneliness. That's also another thing. The music you listen to can also just be something that holds you tight into the illusion of loneliness, being lonely, needing somebody around, needing a relationship, needing a partner. It's all programming, okay? That is, once again, dressed up for our entertainment, dressed up to have us not see the actual true agenda behind it all. And yes, sure, even the ones who create it, I understand. Most of the creators of these things that we engage in are in the same boat that we are. Expressing their own experiences by the same, that have manifested in their lives, by the same things that each and every one of us who are the end users of whatever it might be, are programmed by, right? So it's really important to start, from a higher perspective, taking some time to really think about what it means to bring your physical, your vibrational, and your spiritual experience and world into coherence. You might find that you're vibrating or residing on a higher vibration, but because of your programming and your attachments and your fears, you have people attached to you who are actually restricting you from gaining higher perspective, restricting you from being able to also see spiritually what you need to gain your clarity, so that you also have more control over what it is that you're assimilating by way of your thoughts and your emotions in the spiritual realm, that is bringing your experiences together and manifesting them into the physical world. I even said it a few videos back. I think it was a few videos back, maybe not. But I remember mentioning that, things like admiring people, things like having jealousy towards others, things like unconsciously wanting to be in someone else's experience. You put those requests out into the universe, and the universe and the spiritual realm will start pulling and assimilating that energy together. And then you start having bits and pieces of that experience showing up in your physical experience, not even realizing that sometimes the problems and the troubles you're going through are because you've actually asked for someone else's experience to manifest in your life because you told the universe it's what you want. You might have also focused a whole lot of energy and emotion towards it, which amplifies that manifestation energy and pulls energy together to solidify and come into this realm. It has to appear, right? Now you have a physical experience that is filled with bits and pieces of all kinds of little things that you've, halfway assimilated in the spiritual realm and pulled together. And because the experience now starts manifesting in your physical realm, you become frustrated with it because you're inundated with all kinds of other things that the system has you engulfed in and distracted by and constantly frustrated by, that you don't even see those external those manifestations through. Now when you start bringing everything into coherence, your thoughts will be more focused and intentional. Your emotions will be more regulated. You won't so much be existing in a place anymore where you're constantly projecting energy onto the outside world and onto the outside experience and onto others. Because if you're not regulated emotionally, you're in a state of projecting. For me, it's really hard for me to be around a lot of people because most people exist in a state of projection, and I'm an extremely sensitive person. So being in those environments is a bit of a jarring thing for me. In some instances, even a little painful. But I'm not the topic here. So try and understand these things from a higher level, okay? And understand that, maybe the physical world and the details of your experience seem so unaligned and so chaotic because you've got different things that have attempted to manifest or that have arrived in your life because of your own inner space, your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own spiritual realm and space not being it's a mess. Okay, it's a mess. You have no control over any of it, no awareness over any of it. It's like giving a child it's like giving a child who has no idea of giving a child a superpower that they have absolutely no idea about and allowing them to just have at it, right? Knocking this person out and that person out, fucking this up and fucking that up. There's no awareness, no control, no understanding. So yeah, let's think about how you can start bringing all of that into alignment. Work with the divine. Ask the divine to help you bring all these things into balance and sort things out. Ask the divine to give you the strength and the perspective and the vision to see and the courage to make the decisions, make decisive decisions that you have to make. Ask the divine to show you, to make you aware of, who do I have in my experience on the outside and in my life on the outside who is not in alignment with my vibration, who is not in alignment with the experience that is actually aligned to my vibration? Where am I experiencing different levels of experiences and lessons in my life? Some that I probably don't even need to be going through. But because I'm too attached to people, I'm too attached to to my ideas of relationships and loyalty and attachment, that I don't even realize being stuck to certain people, energies, and other vibrations who exist in different vibrations and experiences in their lives and going through other lessons are bringing that into my life that I maybe don't need to be experiencing and be a part of. Where is them being in my life also holding me in a vibration and an experience and in a place that's, restricting me from aligning with the people and things that maybe I should be aligned with, who are a part of a higher vibration, a higher lesson, a higher experience, and maybe an experience that's more peaceful, more calm, more filled more with clarity and understanding and direction. But because of my own state of disarray, my own misalignment between my physical, my vibrational, and my spiritual, as well as my own awareness, I'm holding myself back. I'm too engulfed in what I'm believing that I need to keep intact on the outside. I'm too engulfed in worrying about how the decisions I make for myself and moving into my own true alignment is going to affect other people on the outside, who in their own time maybe need to also awaken to and accept where it is that they are in their lives at a specific moment in time. Right? It's an extensive topic, but I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. Okay. Just a little bit of a higher perspective, and like I said, the divine really is always there to help, but they also need you to participate. They need you to be willing to see the truth beyond the illusions you've become comfortable in, beyond the illusion of reality and the system that's been set up for you that you believe is right and are afraid to step out of because you don't know what is outside of the borders of what it is that you know. Right? So I hope this has helped. I hope it's resonated. I hope it's given some perspective and some understanding. Hopefully it's switched the light on and helps you just look at your life through a different lens. Helps you deal with the people on the outside from a place of acceptance and unconditional love. Letting them be who they are and where they are, and also yourself. And being okay with the fact that people might not always understand certain decisions and movements that you make. It's okay for them to not understand. And it's okay for you to make those decisions without them understanding and moving to where you need to go. You don't have to give anybody an explanation as to why you don't want to engage or be a part of their energy anymore. You won't gain any karma for it, especially if it's for you choosing yourself, releasing what's not good for you and moving into alignment. It's most high the divine support that 100%. Okay? Generally, it's the decisions they want you to make. You just need to take the first step, make the decision, and I promise you they'll deal with the rest. Let it go. Don't look back. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to pull a card today from the guidebook. Excuse me. From the guidebook by, excuse me, by Sonia Chuke. Okay, and yeah, the Trust Your Oracles vibe. Trust Your Vibes Oracle Gods. Okay, and let's see what Spirit has to support our conversation. Give somebody who's watching our video a nudge in a specific direction. Okay, let's see. Now please have one card, Spirit, to support our conversation and give someone who's watching our video a nudge. Feed your spirit. Okay, so take some time to enlighten yourself. Even with this video, let it be spiritual food. Okay, don't invalidate things just because maybe you can't understand them completely. Figure out what resonates with you. That's what you need to feed yourself with for that moment. And at the next moment when you're ready, the divine will align you to the next bit of information that you're ready to take in, you're ready to perceive and align with. And that will lead you to your next decision, the next choice you have to make. Okay? But be open to learn. Be open to be open to information that is also just outside of the borders of system education, system propaganda, system whatever it is that comes out of institutions that have been made to constantly keep people aligned and feeding into the system. Okay, feed your spirit with things that, to the people of the system may seem a little bit out of the ordinary. Okay, let's see what the book has to say. Number 47. Feed your spirit. Just as you must feed your body, you must also feed your spirit. It makes you stronger, energized, and more powerful. Most people are unaware of what feeds their spirit. But even if they know, they neglect to follow through. So again, this information may just fly over your head, or you may understand what I'm saying. You may understand the message that's trying to get across to you, but follow through is another thing. Taking action is another thing. Feeling overwhelmed by it might also just, make you minimize the information. But again, it's on you, up to you. Everyone will be aligned in the way they need to be aligned, right? Don't be guilty of this. Feeding your spirit comes from choosing experiences that empower you and help you feel more authentic, spontaneous, and joyfully alive. Your spirit's food is personal. Only you know what your spirit hungers for. My spirit, for example, is fed by exercise, dancing, time with my children, good coffee, and walks with my husband. What feeds another may be a run on the beach, cooking, singing, or sleeping on a down pillow. Think about your spirit's diet. The more you feed it, the stronger it becomes. And when your spirit is strong, when your spirit is strong, your vibes are loud and clear. Don't be a psychic anorexic. Feed your spirit every day. Okay, so feeding your spirit can also be just, taking the time in a day to journal, enlighten yourself to yourself. Take another step once a day to try and engage something within yourself that maybe yesterday you weren't too confident or willing to look at, and learn and understand about yourself. Okay? And don't shy away from the things that society has made you feel, shameful about within yourself. But what do they say? Every saint has a past, and a sinner has a future, right? So don't ever put yourself in a position where where you're comparing yourself to people and thinking somebody else is, better than you, or holier than thou, or holier than you are. So you should be ashamed of yourself, your position, what you're going through, and the experiences and the state or place that you are in your life, which is there for you to acknowledge, to learn, and grow through. Right? Don't take those things for granted. And don't also just don't take for granted the things that you need to overcome. If you have addictions you need to overcome, your addictions are perfectly positioned in your life to help you build and strengthen yourself and grow and be a conqueror of yourself. Bad habits, all of it. Okay? Don't rebuke them. Don't chastise yourself over them. See them as the obstacle and the point of growth and fire that you need to go through within your own life and your experience. Perfectly designed just for you. Don't look left, don't look right. What's on the left and what's on the right, they've all got their own shit that they're dealing with. So don't let them tell you anything about your life. Okay? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, family. Okay? And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Bye.